Okay, so why is it that nobody really fishes for alligator gar? I mean, hold on, let me clean this camera. How are we looking? Is that better? Oh, I hope so. Hey, so alligator gar. Listen, there's some predatory fish that are really hard to catch, and they got sometimes big teeth, sometimes bony mouths. Think about a predatory fish that's a big game fish that you can win big prizes for that's not good to eat. Tarpon, alligator gar, carp, maybe anything that's hard to catch. Okay, I grew up on a fish farm, been fishing since I was this big, and I just can't get enough. So I encountered a problem where I had an infestation of alligator gar, and I thought that they were eating everything because you couldn't catch anything else because they actually were eating everything. They'll eat anything. Your fry, your frogs, your big fish, your small fish, your medium fish, and all the fish in between. Sometimes they even eat each other. And it's okay, but the way to catch them, I always just shoot them, just shoot them in the face with a bow or a small caliber rifle. But then one of the boys was like, hey, let's catch one and eat it. I was like, okay. I mean, I'll try anything twice. Apparently, you can cook them in a pressure cooker, and it's pretty good. More to follow. I'll try it. I mean, it might. What do I know? It might be good, but see the nostrils? Now tell me, if this was the surface of the water, I mean, not closely related to an alligator at all. But if you want to catch them, some guys just use yarn. They just untie different strands of yarn and tie a knot around it. Maybe put a hook in it, maybe don't. But the trick with catching them, I found out, cut bait works, live bait works, any bait works, but you hang it less than a foot. So like 6 inches off a bobber. Those boys, when they're hungry and they're cruising, they cruise the top of the water. In the middle of the day, they go a little deeper. And so if you've got like a dam or an eddy or a place where there's current flowing, alligator gar actually can withstand brackish water better than any of the other. There's like 200 different kinds of it. This species is not just alligator gar. There's mini gar. I've seen them black with yellow skin between the scales. I've seen some crazy looking ones, but the alligator gar is very predominant, and it's very difficult to catch, man. I mean, try to do it. Here's some pointers. Small hooks. Don't set the hook when your bobber disappears. Let it run. Just let it run. There is no pressure about setting the hook. You don't have to be Johnny on the spot with it. So as soon as they start taking it, you just let it run. Just let them run. Let them go deep. They'll eat it, and then they'll go deep and they'll bite it. Now here's the trick. Small hook, bury it in the meat, because if they taste metal, they'll start to spit it out. And they'll do that when they come to the surface and flick and thrash their head. I've seen them throw hooks that were set through their snout. I mean, it's a hard fighting fish, and they're very bony. They're very hard to catch. This is actually the first alligator gar that was ever caught out here. I've killed lots of them, but we didn't eat it. I couldn't bring myself to do it. I had like some filet mignon in the house and some chicken, and that'll be another video, man. I mean, I'm gonna eat it first, and I may or may not recommend it, but all right, I've got some chores to do, and then we might get into some of these. Isn't that cool though? Look. Kind of a neat fish, man, unless you have them in your water on your fish farm, because they'll eat everything. So, fish on. Love you, mean it. Stay tuned. Stay salty.